What's up, Dragon Brood? It's been a little while since we've done a box opening, and I figured on stream the other day it was about time we do another one. So, turns out I had a box of Crimson Vow sitting around, set boosters at that, and I said I was going to open those on the stream. I do want to answer though, because a few people ask me why do I open set boosters instead of draft boosters. Well, the reason is that I tend to get a significant amount more rares and mythics, and a bunch of other ancillary stuff that has some middling value here and there if you add it up, plus weird things like the list cards or whatever. But I get all of that instead of just getting the regular number of rares and mythics I would get out of a draft booster box. And since I'm not drafting, I just want more useful cards that I'll play with. It means I get fewer commons as well and get more useful uncommons and again rares and mythics. So, may not be for everybody. And honestly, if I were drafting and I was hanging out with friends, I'd probably want a draft booster box. But just for cracking open and getting some cards I'm going to use and maybe trade, I think I'm going to stick with the special boosters. Now, not collector's boosters, but set boosters. That's a bit of a different thing. But anyway, let's get into the video and see what we crack open in these booster packs. Your votes matter. I don't really care. J-Bo says last. All right. Well, if it's split, then I'll just do last. All right. So let's open these up and see what we got. Okay, Scorpio also says last. All right. Oh yeah, everybody's saying last, except for Christmas. Christmas likes to have dessert first. So, which I don't blame you. I kind of like dessert first myself, but not in this case. Conveniently, I have a cardboard box below me to actually put packs in, because normally I just make a mess with them. Alright, so what do we got here? We got this. Did they do the etch thing on these again? Oh, these aren't... Oh, weird. I don't think these aren't etched like the other ones were. Oh, I think we only got the etched ones in the collector's boosters, I think was the thing. Alright, well anyway... Let's go through these. Dun, 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 dun. What do we got here? And I don't know. How do y'all feel about these frames, actually? I'm kind of torn. I like what they were trying to do as far as like show like fangs and all that, but I don't know. Feels a little meh. I wasn't that happy with them. Okay, we got a Cemetery Gatekeeper, which I do need. Random foils, which I don't really care about, and a token. Yeah, like I don't really do much with foils. So foils don't have a lot of value to me, sadly. Foils to me are like the best trade fodder I can have. Nothing super exciting there. Ah, we did get one of the new lands though. That's very good. Stormcarved Coast. Definitely love that. And then we got a random foil and nothing. Nope, not true. That's not nothing. That's a card from the list, which we ran about the list every single time because the list is stupid. But, man, I'm getting nothing in these showcase cards. Honestly, these are very disappointing. Two of them in a pack, but neither one was anything relevant. Hamlet Vanguard. You know, I don't know how I feel about this card. It's turned out okay so far in the one deck I played it in, so I'm not going to pass judgment on it too hard. Ooh, that Eldrick actually looks pretty cool. That's neat. Didn't expect that. I mean, I probably am still not going to play much with the card, but cool. Oh, now this we will play with. Headless Rider. Very good. If you didn't see my mono black deck that went up today, that card is really, really nice. Meh. But I do like the Epicure, though. I just say, as an actual card, I think it's pretty neat. And I imagine if you were to play a vampire deck with a bunch of the alternate art, it probably looks cool altogether. Torrens. Man, it's trying to like focus weird. But yeah, Torrens. Very good card. This is another one I've started to like a little bit more than I thought I was going to. But we did get Henrika. Don't know what we're actually going to do with Henrika, if anything. It's a neat card. But I didn't even play it in my Vampires decks I've put together so far. So, Eldrick was the biggest disappointment from the set. My thing is, though, like, the other Odricks weren't that good either, though. You know what I mean? That's another one. Blood Hypnotist. It's a fine card. Probably won't play with it much, but it exists. Blood Petal Celebrant. Same. Actually, I don't even really like the artwork on that one. Oh, we got a Sorin, though. So that's a good step up. Oh, is that a Sorin with a print error? What is that? Oh, no, it's just the leaves. Apparently, Sorin has, like, leaves just falling everywhere, and that looks like a smudge. Like, I don't know what that's about. That is so awkward. Also, I said this in the video we did, like, the preview video, but doesn't Sorin just look like he's creeping, like, outside of a high school? Like, that dude that's, like, 20, dating like the 15-year-old, just being a creeper, just like waiting for somebody to come around the corner. Like he just doesn't look right. He looks like he's got problems. All right, definitely not going to be playing with this one. And then another Odric, just a regular one this time though. Oh, and a Dig Up in foil. That's pretty cool. Don't know when I'm going to use that just yet, but I feel like I should have it on a list. And then another. Oh, speaking of the list. A list version of Gutter Snipe. So we will set that aside. Markov Purifier. Meh. Not exciting. Meh. Not exciting. Doom Reaver. For a second, I genuinely forgot that was a Magic card. Howling Moon. So we got 2 rares in there, so that's kind of nice. And a foil. Some of this artwork's good, some of it's bad on these alternate art things, which is kind of sad. But they're not awful or anything. Sigarda's Summons. This is one I'm thinking about putting into a list, so not bad. And then just a random foil. So, actually, except for Odric, I don't even think we've gotten like a super good one of these yet. 2 of the Epicures, which is cool, because I at least play with those, so... Playable is all I'm looking at. Edgar. So, hey, here's a random thing. I have a list, an Orzhov control list, that actually plays Edgar. So, I know some people have been trying to squeeze this into vampires, but he might actually be a control card. Just want to toss that out there for everybody. Oh, it's Jason A. Ingle. All right, not who I thought it was. But, yeah, that's a cool signature. Even if it wasn't in gold. That's just a sweet way to sign cards. Pretty neat. More alternate frames we're probably not going to play. Oh, there we go. Voldaren Bloodcaster. Digging that. This card, very good. Really like that one. We got the Dreadfast Demon. Another rare, which is cool. And then we got Evolving Wilds in foil, because we got, like, I don't know, our 15th million Evolving Wild in the last couple of years. And why? Why? Okay, this is the other thing about the list. Why? Why do we get things like this? I don't understand. Like, these were just printed. Like, when you get sets that literally just happened, like, nothing should be on the list that was printed in the last 2 years. Right? If the card is already standard legal, we shouldn't have it on the list. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Bloodthirst Harvester. I at least have played with this, so I gotta at least be cool with that. I've at least used it. Graph Reaver. Neat. Didn't end up being as good as I wanted it to be, though. We've gotten nearly a full set of these Epicures in this bonus frame, I guess. Dying to Serve. I actually wanted to try to build a deck to use that. And weirdly, the best thing I could come up with is Dying to Serve kind of goes into a vampire deck with lots of blood tokens. More things I'm not going to play with in cool frames. Though this artwork is actually pretty sweet. It's hard to complain about that one. Another one of these, don't really care. Oh, Old Rootstain. I actually have used that in a deck already, so that's pretty cool. And a random foil we're not going to play with. The double feature set next year. Oh, yeah. I have a whole video ranting about how bad double feature is. Markov Waltzer. Definitely not playing with this card. Now, this has been surprisingly good. Not surprisingly, but a little better than I thought it was going to be. I would say like a 4/4 haster is cool, with trample is cool, but depending on the deck you put it in, it's actually not that hard to flip this card. And getting an 8/8 with the abilities is pretty sweet. Yeah, this card's good. Don't sleep on it. Oh, and a Noxious Revival. Man, so many, like, I think that's part of my issue, right? That because we get so many cards in the new frame, every set, and there's so many of them, so many come at common, uncommon, the new frames don't really have value. And I think that's the disappointment to me. I would feel like if we didn't put it on every single theme card or whatever, and it went to just the rares or something, that would be cool. Oh, we got a Kaya. That's awesome. And a foil Stromkirk, which isn't very good, mind you. Ah, there we go. Now we got something. See, this is worth having on the list. Elinda the Dusk Grows. Ah, but we got, I think this is the face card of the vampires, I think, in the commander set. So, not worth much, but, you know, random extra mythic in the pack. Change of Fortune, which is like a broke man's Wheel of Fortune. And a foil, as usual. Another Bloodclay Socialite, which is like our, I don't know, fourth one. Breathkeeper Seraph. Looks like one of the commander cards. And Valdarin Estate. Also cool if you're playing vampires. And a foil. So yeah. Oh, and another list card, actually. Jiraga Tree Speaker, which is one of the old level cards. Again, good art. Not something we're going to use. Aerith, I feel like I should try to put this into a deck, so that might happen here in the next couple weeks after I put some time into it. Oh, and then we're back to a normal pack. Olivia's attendees. I actually think there's probably a spot for this. I just don't know where it goes yet. And nothing. All right. A whole lot of nothing there. That doesn't do anything. Belligerent Guest, also nothing. Ill-Tempered Loner, though. I do like this. This card's actually pretty solid. I had a hard time. I actually beat this in a very long game a couple days ago. And then we got another foil, Blood Crazed Socialite. Unholy Officiant. Now this card I actually kind of like. I found a couple of spots where we can squeeze this in. And it does a lot of work, so I kind of like that. Glorious Sunrise. Check that out if you haven't played with it. It's actually not too bad. Well, they're an Epicure. This is for like 6 Epicures in this box. This is a bit overkill. But we did get a full art card here. That's pretty nice. Especially of one of the lands. So I dig that. That's super awesome to have. Ooh, and a Voldaren Forebear, which I like this. Falconwrath Forebear, I should say. I like this one as well. So that was pretty sweet. And a foil. Voice of the Blessed. I'm sure so many of you love this card, or you hate this card because it's already showing up in a lot of places, so that doesn't surprise me. Yep. And another list card. Rune Stalactite. I'm not sure, 3 of them. Ugh. Demonic Bargain. Probably not doing anything with this card either. Though a throwback, or I guess a black and white art of Thalia is very cool in foil. So that's a nice little hit. And this will definitely be played with, so I like that. Oh, and we got a Phoenix. God of Deception. So that's actually good. We got 2 hits on the list this time that were mythics. Look at that. Oh, we got Wedding Ring. This is one that's actually kind of sought after out of this set for the commander stuff. But pretty sweet card. You can actually attach yourself effectively to another player to draw cards or gain life or whatever, which is pretty awesome. So don't mind that. Wedding Announcement, which is on the deck list of the list we're about to play today. So that's very cool. And a foil. So, alright. So that wasn't a bad pack either. This pile is alternate art cards that I'm probably never going to play with. Actually, that's not true. There's probably like 6 total. So I'll pull some off. Like, that many. We're just not going to play with. So that's kind of my gripe with the alternate frames. Is like, they're neat. but every set, you just get a pile of them you're never going to use. It sucks because as a player, I think when somebody's new, they see them and they're like, oh, these must be special. And they're just not, right? So why make a special thing that's not special? You know, that's kind of my deal about it. I would rather them be randomly inserted, like some number, 5 to 7 per box, instead of just be every pack and be a bunch of stuff nobody wants. All lands, I don't know what I'm going to do with these in the long run. I feel like full art lands, we've kind of overdone it at this point. And I have a bunch of older ones I like using. So I don't know what we're going to... And we still haven't opened this yet. So this is here. We're going to open that in a second. This goes with our lands. List cards. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we actually got one more than I normally see. I'm normally getting a 6 or 7, but usually I get 7 more often than 6. So I got the other side of it and got 8 this time. And we did get 2 mythics out of it. And so interestingly, no rares. Several uncommons and commons. But we got the Alindra and the Phoenix, which are both pretty good cards, actually. So this was pretty cool. Foils, nothing really to brag home about. I think we only got a couple of rares in foil. A couple of the lands, which I'll probably pull aside and put somewhere. The rest of this, there's a couple of fine things, but nothing that was terribly exciting. We did get 2 signature cards, which in and of themselves, signature cards aren't huge, but there is a small market for them for people that try to get complete sets and stuff. So sometimes before you toss them, just do a search around, see if you can find somebody trading for them or a Facebook group that you might be in or whatever that people might be interested. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. So we got 41 rares and mythics out of this box. So compared to a normal 36 you would get, it's 5 more rares or mythics than we would have got out of a draft booster box. However, we did also get the extra foil lands, we got the signature cards, we got the stuff from the list. So with the list and the foil lands alone, we're probably $18 to $20 ahead automatically, plus 5 bonus rares and mythics, right? So that's pretty hard to complain about. For a lot of times when you're buying the boxes, you know, a difference of an extra $10 or $15 a box, like that's actually pretty good for what you're getting out of there. So I'm not going to complain about that at all. I think that was a good little pickup. Lots of cards in here I'm going to play with for sure. So that's also really good. So lots of useful stuff here. So from a value perspective, I don't really have too many complaints as far as that goes. I think that's totally good and reasonable. So let's crack this open. Now, credit, first off, let me say, credit to Wizards of the Coast for, if you're going to do box toppers, this is one of the best ways to do it. Because a lot of times you had the box topper kind of floating around, bouncing around in the box, and people were getting some that were bent or twisted, or, you know, weird things happened in the manufacturing process where it got bent going into the box or whatever. Whereas this, if they get, you know, go through a process where the pack gets basically glued to a piece of cardboard, then the cardboard goes in flat. Like, it's really hard to damage these. Matter of fact, most retailers I know that I've seen mention it, they've been super happy to have these like this, and nobody I know has reported any of them bent or damaged. Now, I'm pretty sure there's some, just because manufacturing has to happen. But each time they did box toppers before, we heard about a lot of them being damaged. Like this time, almost none. So that's actually very cool. Just that part of the process really changed things. So credit to Wizards for hearing the complaints and then finding a solution. So that's very cool. Not stuck too difficult. It looks like it's just like whatever we call it, whatever that, rubber glue or whatever. So it's pretty easy. All right, let's see what we got. I guess I should open those scissors. This thing's like indestructible to open. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Let me open it slow. Oh, let me open on this side so I don't see what it is. Oh, it's a double-sided card? It is a double-sided card. Well, that ruins it. We got a Dracula, the Voyager. It's the Edgar. All right, well, that's cool. It's like, I was going to open it with the art side down, but it turns out we have 2 art sides because we got the Edgar. So, there you go. That's pretty cool. So if there's one to get, this one's actually not bad. This one's pretty solid. It wasn't the Sorin, obviously, but I am not disappointed with this at all. But yeah, box openings are always fun. I don't do those enough. I mean, partly because it's expensive, but you know, I do enjoy a box opening.